YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction video. The light, apparently. I didn't even realise. Okay, well, I guess I'll lean a little bit to this side. Let's not go too far to the right because we're going to get a line in my face. Welcome back to another reaction video. Famous last words. We have another donor request today from the ever generous Levi, who's dropped a couple of donor requests before. Today we have famous last words. The show must go on. I'm excited for this one for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because I can't say I'm familiar with the band or the song, or at least from the title alone. So I think this is something fresh, something new. But I'm also particularly excited for this one. Thank you, Levi, by the way. I've said it before and I'll say it every time. I massively appreciate it. And while I'm here, I may as well do the plug. If you want to support the channel and put a request in at the same time, you can always do so. It's obviously always optional, but links in the description. And you can get a reaction on the channel if you want to see it. He said in his message that, and let me pull the message up, I could have had this prepared. The song is a double entendre of creepy, and what I feel is perfectly fitting for the season. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. Halloween is approaching. It's the 23rd of October as I'm recording this. Hopefully this will go up tomorrow, if not tonight. So this will go up around the 23rd, 24th, so we're about a week away from Halloween. And I tend to be a little bit hit and miss. I tend to be a little bit on the fence, and I'll tilt depending on my mood. Some years I'm full send on it. I'm all into it. I'm hell yeah for Halloween. I'm all pumped up. I'm making videos. I'm doing all sorts for it. And then some years it just kind of passes me by a little bit. And I feel like I went for it last year. I feel like this year is I feel like it's about to pass me by. So I was like, what can I do to get in the mood? Maybe one of those ways is to get some creepy music on the channel, and this could be a good start. So we'll see what happens. Famous last words. The show goes on. We have the music video for it. Hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. Let's listen. Okay, immediately I'm getting like creepy music box.
I must accept these consequences for my actions. When all I did was what the world told me I should do anything for my dreams. For me, I knew the cost of my dreams, aka you, would be you. Slowly taking over all that's happened. It is enabling you to take exactly what it wants.
Here we go. Just hooking me in a little bit. Ooh, some speed. Music, yeah. I had the thoughts, I'm just waiting for them. Okay, this feels like a good time to pause. Where do I start? Okay, so I've got to say, for one, I realised as I was about to pause it, I was like, oh shit, there's totally a whole ass music video going on that I have not been watching at all. Which is, okay, maybe a little bit disrespectful to the art of the music video, and maybe I might go back and watch this afterwards. But I think it's testament to the song, because I was so wrapped up in the song that I just kind of was not paying attention to the video. Also, I feel like if I'm watching the video, the angle, the light, it's not good. But I like it though. I always like the sort of contrast where he's really going at you, he's really screaming at you, but then he goes into this, you know, the melodic chorus with the vocals, and this is one that I'm definitely going to have a bit of a read through the text of the vocals at the end to get a bit of a, because it's not that sort of vocal style that I'm that well acclimated to yet, to be hearing exactly every word or what's going on. I'm kind of just enjoying the sound of it and the rhythm and and I can just start to see the lights going behind the clouds, and I can finally see my screen again. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I didn't have time to sleep last night, so I'm very tired. So it's one of those days where I'm just kind of going with it, but I'm having a good time. Let's keep going. Yeah, I mean it's heavy though. I love the transition there. Ooh. Music and what am I hearing? These strings. Layers and layers and layers here with the vocals. I don't even know what was hearing at the end there. Yeah, I mean, I love the structure of it. It really felt like it was. It's interesting because I'd like to say it felt like it was building, even though it still felt like it was so, like it didn't start out light and then start adding layers and adding layers. Like they really they went from it from the get go, right? But it still felt like they kind of built into stuff in the way they kind of used the breakdowns, and then they like hit you with the chorus, and then yeah, that bit towards the end there where suddenly they started throwing all sorts of strings in there. I thought it threw me off a little bit because I didn't necessarily see it coming, but then it works really well. Like it fit the song. And I think it felt like kind of the progression of like the narrative, I don't know what the narrative, you know, I've not read the lyrics yet, but at least what it felt like was there musically. In terms of a narrative, it felt like it felt like it built up in a good way, and it felt like it really kind of, you know, came to a head at the end, and it, you know, that the kind of that big explosive ending where there were so many different vocals. You like, I think it was 2 vocalists at the same time, but then there were also like spoken word going on almost. It felt like there were 4 different kind of vocal points, and I don't know about any sort of like doubling or layering or whatever, but it felt like there were 4 sets of vocals, 4 sets of words being sung / spoken, or 3 or 4 at least I heard that, and it kind of, it just felt like it was a lot. It really felt like it built up to this big explosion, even though it was basically a big explosion from the start. Like, it was always, you know what I mean? Like I said, it didn't start soft. Like, it really came out of the gates, you know, charging. But they still kind of were able to do that. I feel like a lot of time when you build, you build. You know, if you're building a house, you go brick by brick. You start with like the one layer, and then you add your layer, and you add your layer. That's just how that works. So to kind of start with a full wall of sound and still build on that, I guess you're putting another wall in front of the wall. You're doubling up the wall. I don't know. I feel like this is a weird analogy, but it's kind of hard to explain because I feel like it was a bit of a unique thing. This is, how many of these reactions have I done now? Like 200 or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm not 100%. I feel like it's around the 200 mark. I feel like it's beyond that a little bit, and I feel like I haven't necessarily had a song that's been structured in this way before, or at least that I've noticed and tried to describe. So it's an interesting one because I don't really know. Like, I'm bad at describing stuff at the best of times. If you're a regular on the channel, you know I talk some shit. But I dug it though. I dug what it was, and I felt I heard the uniqueness in it. From maybe a source that wasn't necessarily what you'd expect to feel that from. Like I said, it slapped to my brain. My sentences are coming out probably a little not good, a little wonky. But I had a good time with it, and like I said, I was just kind of enjoying the feel of it and the flow of it. I like the atmosphere, and I think the video helped that. Like I said, I wasn't really paying much attention in the first half, but I did hit, you know, it looked like he'd kidnapped someone, they were trying to escape, blah, blah, blah. And then there was some, whatever was going on at the end. I don't know, dude, I was just in for the ride at that point. He stabbed himself, I think. It was I enjoyed the song. As a music. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it, and also it's always interesting when you know I hear a band for the first time. Like I said, I really don't think I've heard of this band before or anything by them or anything like that. So you know, you're always going to be intrigued. Now I'm like, oh, what's they got going on? You know what I mean? Like, let's have a little delve in. Maybe in my spare time, maybe not. Is there any notes? This song is the second to last chapter of the album because it says, I think it's 2 parts on the track listing, and I think maybe that when it's split up with the strings is maybe part 2. I could be wrong, but I think this is they've put both parts together for the music video. I'll check this myself afterwards, but I believe that's what's happened here. It's 2 parts on the track listing, but the video puts them together. Depicts our narrator, albeit doubting his actions, telling the girl to let her be his and his only. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But you know, I got the vibe from the song and I had a good time. Okay, I think that's good enough for that there, because I don't necessarily just want this to turn into, okay, now I'm going to sit here and read the lyrics for 5 minutes. I feel like I've said my piece on the song, and I'll probably listen to that a few more times in my spare time, and I might rewatch the video as well in my spare time and kind of just see what was going on with that. But either way, thank you very much for watching. And as I said at the start of the video, thank you massively to Levi for sponsoring the video, for I guess technically for donating and putting this song suggestion, and I know you've done it a few times before, and I am monumentally appreciative. And if anyone watching this wants to you know get something on the channel, and you can support the channel and also get a reaction, and I try and do it ASAP at the same time. I have a full album reaction that's been donor requested. That I'm trying to work on. It's just that they take that. I just haven't had the time yet, but I am working on that. But yeah, individual songs, whatever, just throw them my way, and I'll get on it ASAP. As I said, thank you for watching. I can feel my voice going because I need water in it apparently. So I'm gonna go consume some liquids. Thanks for watching. I'll see everyone in the next video. Peace.